Hello you guys, I'm Nirvana. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. And if you're not new here, you really fucks with me, huh? Okay, so y'all, I have a shit ton of story times. This is a story time, by the way. I have a shit ton of story times. Shit tons of story times. And I think this one, I'm gonna, I really didn't know which one I wanted to do. I just know I wanted to do a story time. Y'all, please excuse my face. My face is breaking out so bad, all over the place. I don't have anything on my skin. I'm not putting anything on my skin, no makeup or anything for a while. But, so yeah, you guys are gonna be seeing me with filters like you normally do. But anyway, I figured that this story time could be a story time about how I ended up being molested by a friend. So the story starts out when I was 17, and I don't exactly remember like the dates that it was. I just know that it was cold. And so it starts out with me me and a friend of mine hanging out. We're gonna call her Brit. We're gonna call her Brit. And me and Brit was just hanging out. You know, we were teenagers. I was 17 at the time. I think she was 16. 16 at the time. And we were just hanging out that day. We walked around our neighborhood, came back to my house, just hung out at my house and stuff. And then I started not feeling good. And didn't really know why I wasn't feeling good. I just had a whole bunch of pain in my right side. And when I tell you this pain was excruciating, and I had no idea why the hell I was in pain. All I know is I was cold and I was in pain, and I ended up crying. I started crying, and I was so freaking cold that I took and was in the fetal position in front of our air, because you know how central heat and air works. I was just sitting in front of one of our vents in the fetal position on the floor, like just literally like laying on top of the vent, just laying there in fetal position, crying because I was in so much pain. My mom and a couple of my family members were outside on our porch because we were having like a get together, I believe. I don't exactly remember. I think we were having a get together. I'm not sure. All I know is my mom and a couple of my family members were outside on the porch. And so I finally get up from laying there because I'm crying. Like, I'm bawling my eyes out crying. And I'm like, I finally get up and I go outside and I'm like, Mama, I need to go to the hospital. And she's like, okay, do you want me to go with you? And I'm like, I should be okay. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking I'm 17. I can go to the emergency room by myself. I'll be fine. She can enjoy herself. It shouldn't be nothing. Hopefully it's not nothing serious. So my friend Britt goes with me to the emergency room. We get to the emergency room. I'm bawling my eyes out in the emergency room, crying because I'm like, that it hurts, this and that. They come to find out they can't give me anything for pain. They can't see me until my mom gets there and she signs off for them seeing me. So I get there and ended up having to wait for my mom to get to the hospital to sign the paperwork. In the process of her, when she gets there, she signs the paperwork or whatever, and then she ends up staying. So they start to give me something for pain, and at this point they gave me morphine. So if you all have ever had morphine, y'all know what that shit does to you. So like, I'm damn near asleep awake or whatever. Brittany had to get home because she had to go to school. I wasn't in school at the time. She had to go home because she had to go to school in the morning, so her mama came and picked her up from the emergency room. So I'm in the emergency room. I had to go get CAT scans, x-rays, like a whole bunch of testing, P tests. You know, they do the P test to see if you're pregnant or whatnot, whatever. I wasn't even sexually active at that point. So they do all those tests, and my CAT scan and x-rays come back. My CAT scans and x-rays come back. They're like they sit me up or whatever because I was laying down, and they're asking if I'm okay, whatnot, whatever, asking if the pain medicine had helped, and I'm like, yeah, I feel a lot better or whatever. And so they tell me what was wrong with me, and this is kind of like the start of my health journey as well. So this will be a 2-for-1 for you guys. 2-for-1 for you guys. So they read off what they found on my x-rays and my CAT scans, and they find a kidney stone. And so this was the start of my kidney stone journey, and the fact that I still get kidney stones to this day. I was 17 when I found out that I was having kidney stones, when I got my very first kidney stone. And so this kidney stone was huge, you guys. Like, it was huge, and it was 8 centimeters, which is big, which is pretty freaking big to go through just a little bitty pee hole to have to get out. Because those of you that know, kidney stones go from your kidneys and you pee them out. 8 centimeters, I don't know. You guys will know what I'm trying to say, which one it is. It's the bigger one. It was 8. It wasn't going through my pee hole, so it would get stuck trying to go through, and it will pop out, and it will go through again and get stuck and pop out, and try to go through again and pop out. Like, it just kept going back and forth and popping out and going in and popping out and going in and popping out. And at this point, while I was in the hospital, it's because it was getting stuck there. And like, if I would pee, it would hurt. Like, it was painful. So I ended up finding out that I was going to have surgery to have that kidney stone lasered. And so I believe not even a week later, telling you about the hospital experience. So they told me that I had the kidney stone and how big the kidney stone was, and that the fact that I wasn't going to be able to pass that kidney stone naturally, and that I needed to go to a urologist. And so my mom, they gave me pain medicine while I was there, and a refill on it, so I would have something for pain until I can go to the urologist. I had to get into the urologist as quickly as possible because I need to be able to pee, basically. So I get into the urologist within a week, I believe. It probably was like a couple of days later I got into the urologist. It was kind of an emergency situation. So I get to the urologist, and they're like, you're going to have surgery. We're going to have to, you're going to have the kidney stone lasered. And me being me, I'm a chicken. I'm crying in the room. And I'm like, what do you mean lasered? What are they going to cut me open? And they're trying to explain. They're explaining to me that they're going to go through my pee hole, and they're going to have these little things that go through my pee hole, and then they're going to laser the kidney stone. It's going to break up into a million pieces or whatever, and I'm just going to pee them out naturally. So, okay, I get more prepared to be able to do this surgery. I had to have that surgery within a couple of days. I don't remember dates. I'm sorry, guys. I just know it was cold, and it was around... It was in the fall. I just know that much. So yeah, we get ready to, I get ready to, have to have this surgery. And the day of surgery, I had to go to Knoxville. And if you all know, I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Nashville is where I had to go. I had to go to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Vanderbilt is like 2-3 hours away, so we had to get up early in the morning, and these children. So yeah, Vanderbilt from Chattanooga is about 2-3 hour drive or whatever. And so I had to go to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. My surgery was early in the morning. It was like, I was like one of their first surgeries, so it was like 8 something in the morning when my surgery was. I had to be there by 6. So we had to have transportation come and take us, which they got there at like 4 o'clock that morning. A cab came to pick us up and to drive us all the way to Vanderbilt, and she stayed in Nashville the entire time while I was having my surgery. So my friend sorry, her name's Brittany. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's not as if I'm talking bad about her. So my friend Brittany, she decided that she was going to go with me to my surgery because I had another friend that was supposed to go, and she completely bailed on me. She didn't answer She didn't answer the phone the day of. She didn't answer the phone the day before. Like, she just completely bailed on me. She didn't come to the surgery or anything. She was supposed to be the one that came with me, but Brittany came through, and she would meet me to have my surgery in Nashville, which of course my mom was there too. So we're riding up there to Nashville to have the surgery, whatnot, whatever. It's a long drive. I was asleep most of the time on the way up there because I was tired. So we get there. I don't really remember much from talking, and them asking me what kind of flavor did I want, and I said watermelon. That's all I remember. And I remember waking up in the recovery room and talking to my mom and Brittany. I don't remember what I was talking about. I remember telling my mom I was hungry, and them saying she can't have anything spicy or whatnot, whatever, but I wanted Taco Bell. So my mom went and got me Taco Bell. I couldn't eat it right then, even though I was hungry as hell. When she went and got it and brought it back, I couldn't eat it. So I ended up having to stay in that recovery room for a little over an hour, I believe. And, my surgery went fine. They broke up my kidney stones, and they did what they were supposed to do. Everything went great. I got to go home later that day after my recovery time. In the process of us going home, oh yeah, my cab driver, the lady that drove us up to Knoxville, was so freaking sweet. And so, like, on the way home, there's this chocolate store. I can't remember the name of the chocolate store, but it's the whole store is chocolate, and it's like these children. So yeah, Vanderbilt from Chattanooga is about 2-3 hour drive or whatever. And so I had to go to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. My surgery was early in the morning. It was like, I was like one of their first surgeries, so it was like 8 something in the morning when my surgery was. I had to be there by 6. So we had to have transportation come and take us, which they got there at like 4 o'clock that morning. A cab came to pick us up and to drive us all the way to Vanderbilt, and she stayed in Nashville the entire time while I was having my surgery. So my friend her name's Brittany. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's not as if I'm talking bad about her. So my friend Brittany, she decided that she was going to go with me to my surgery because I had another friend that was supposed to go, and she completely bailed on me. She didn't answer the phone the day of. She didn't answer the phone the day before. Like, she just completely bailed on me. She didn't come to the surgery or anything. She was supposed to be the one that came with me, but Brittany came through, and she would meet me to have my surgery in Nashville, which of course my mom was there too. So we're riding up there to Nashville to have the surgery, whatnot, whatever. It's a long drive. I was asleep most of the time on the way up there because I was tired. So we get there. I don't really remember much from talking to them. I remember getting there and them putting us in a room and talking to me about what's going to happen. And then I remember being in the operating table with my arms out and them asking me what kind of flavor did I want. And I said watermelon. That's all I remember. And then I remember waking up. It's like a Walmart big, like it's big. Walmart Supercenter. Like, it's like a Walmart Supercenter. That's how big this store is. And that's how much chocolate is in this freaking store. It's nothing but chocolate products. And the cab driver wanted to stop at the store. And so we didn't have any money. I didn't have any money. We're poor, basically. So, I didn't have any money to go get anything or whatnot, whatever. My friend Brittany didn't have any money. I don't remember if she did or not. But I remember is the cab driver was like, "It's okay, it's fine. I'll get you guys something." She gave us $20. She gave us $20, I think, a piece, and was like, "Go enjoy yourself." And I'm like, "We gonna split this?" And she gave us, I was like, "We can split this," and she gave us 20 separate. She was like, "Oh no, you fine. Go enjoy yourself." So I remember us going in this chocolate. I'm 17 now. I don't really eat that much chocolate then, but I'm 17. So, like, either way, I was excited. I was excited to be in this chocolate store and have some money to be able to get something out of the store. So I remember going in the store. I was still kind of loopy from anesthesia. So I remember going in the store and like getting 1 or 2 pieces of chocolate that was probably like $4 and coming out and having change, and was getting ready to give her back the change. And she was like, no, baby, you keep it. She was so sweet. She was so nice. It was just, she's like one of the best, the nicest people that I've ever had, like, transport me to my surgeries. And I've been through a lot of surgeries, and she was one of my most memorable rides, having to go have surgery. I was 17 at the time. That was my very first surgery, too, matter of fact. So, like, I don't know. She was just so sweet, and I just wanted to make sure I put that out there. I wish I remember what her name was or who she was. I just know she was a white lady, a really sweet white lady. Okay, yeah. So I remember her just being really nice. And so we get home. I get home, and my little cousin wanted to spend the night with me, so she ended up spending the night with me. And I remember our lights were off. I don't remember why our lights were off, but like I said a second ago, we were poor. So shit like that happened to us a lot. I never thought it was nothing. It was normal to me. So yeah, my little cousin ended up spending the night, and she was 9 years old. And I remember I ended up going to bed kind of early. The lights were off anyway. We didn't have much to do. We were just going to get up in the morning, and I was going to walk my cousin up to her house and probably hang out with them for a little while, and then come back home and probably go to my other friend's house. You know, just do normal teenage stuff. I was 17. So yeah, I remember going to bed, and when I went to bed, it was just me and my little cousin. We were going to bed, and it just being me and my little cousin in the bed. And so when it's just me and my little cousin in the bed. And so I go to sleep and wake up, not thinking nothing of it, kind of roll over, fall asleep again. And then this time I wake up again, and the next time I wake up, I kind of feel like somebody, is touching me. And so when it feels like somebody's touching me, I had a stent in, and the stent had a string that came all the way up to about right here, and it was taped to right here to my abdomen. To my little, that little bone right here, it was taped right there so that it could be pulled out a week later. And so I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm thinking like maybe it's just that tape. So it got stuck on something. Not thinking nothing of it. Roll over. Go back to sleep. Think nothing of it. Something's touching me again. I roll over again. And as I roll over again, this time I see my friend. And I'm like thinking to myself, what is he doing here? Don't think much of it. Fall asleep. I fall asleep just fine. This time I wake up again, and I feel somebody touching me, and this time it's like, well, wait a minute, I just seen him. So somebody, he's touching me, right? So I had took medicine. I had took pain medicine and an antibiotic. Not to mention I was still loopy from the anesthesia. So the anesthesia plus Percocet, I believe. It's Percocet or hydrocodone, one of the two. All I know is I had Percocet, hydrocodones, Tylenol 3s. They had me drugged up because of that kidney stone. But yeah, I took one of those two. But that anesthesia plus pain medicine together, I couldn't stay awake. I couldn't stay awake. I ended up falling back to sleep. And then this time when I fell back to sleep, I'm facing this way. My little cousin is on this side of me, and he is on this side of me. Mind you, I know he's there, but I'm not registering that there's somebody in my room. Like, I'm loopy. I'm not really realizing that there's, wait a minute, somebody that's not supposed to be here is here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking that in my head. So this time I wake up, and apparently we had been talking back and forth. From what he said, we've been talking back and forth, but I don't remember talking to anybody. I don't think I was talking to him. I wasn't talking to him. I'm sorry, I wasn't talking to him. There was no way I was fucking talking to him. I kept falling asleep. I could not stay awake. There was no way I was talking to him. There was no way I was fucking talking to him. No fucking way. No way I was talking to him. So, I woke up like 2 or 3 times of him being there and still not registering that there's somebody there. But like, I woke up to being touched, and I kept like, I remember hitting, like, not like, you know, like, what the fuck, get off of me, you know, type shit, and falling back to sleep. And then the last time I woke up and his literal penis was in my mouth, and I'm like, what the fuck? And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? And I just bite down. Like, when I tell y'all, I bit down with all my fucking might. Like, I bit down. That was my first instinct, was bite the fuck down. I didn't realize that's what the fuck was in my mouth, honestly, until afterwards. And then that's when I was like, what the fuck was you even trying to do? Like, you know, I just had surgery. Like, what the fuck, you know, you're literally taking advantage of me. But I bit down with all my fucking might. And then when I bit down, I'm sorry, this is funny, I'm gonna laugh about it. It happened to me. I was 17. It's fucked up. It is fucked up, but it was funny. It's funny now. It wasn't funny then, but it's funny now. So when I bit when I bit down on his penis, like, he wasn't expecting that. I'm thinking he still figured me to be asleep. So when I bit down, he kind of like me like hit me from me biting down. And I'm like, he's not even really in my bed either. That's what makes it so bad. It's like he's barely in my bed, but hanging on to the wall and the edge of the bed, trying to stay upright, because I'm literally at the end of my bed, damn near. That's probably about this much space in between me and the mattress, the end of the mattress. There's about that much space. So yeah, he's barely hanging on the fucking bed as it is. And so when he did that, I push, and I'm still biting. At that point, I'm still biting. So when I push and I'm biting, he get yanked, and I'm like, what the fuck are you, like, I literally start going off. I'm like, what the fuck are you? Well, I don't get loud because it's nighttime. My mom's in the next room, and I'm honestly not thinking my mom even knows he's there. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? You know, I'm going off. Like, I'm literally going off, but not loud. My niece, my little cousin, is right on the other side of me as well. So like, I'm going off, but I'm not yelling. I'm not like screaming. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm asleep. I just had surgery. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you think that that's okay? Mind you, this man is 23 years old and I am 17 years old. What? Those are red flags in and of itself. Like, what the hell did a 23-year-old want to be friends with a 17-year-old for? Like, those were red flags in and of itself that I should have looked at and been like. And mind you, he had been creepy the whole fucking time we were friends. He would come over to my house, and me and my friend Brittany would lock him out, and like, he would run to my back door to see if our back door was open so he could get in through the back door. And we would run to the back door and lock the back door and then run back to the front. And our whole front door is like a glass door. So he would run to the front and be like, let me in. And me and Brittany would be right there just like rolling, laughing our ass off. And me and her would be like, what the fuck is wrong with dude? There's something seriously wrong with him. Like, this is what type of shit that we would say, like, in his presence, like, in front of him. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why you do shit like that? Be like, you're weird. Like, why would you even come over here? And then, but when he did that, it was like, that was like literally the last time he came to our house. He kept trying to come around and stuff, but it was a more of a what the fuck are you doing here type thing. It was always I'm busy, I have something to do. I never confronted the situation or what he did. I didn't tell my mama what he did. I kept it to myself. Up until I was 30. And then I told my mom, and she was like, I remember. I let him in. And I was like, you let him in the house? And she was like, yeah, I let him in the house. And she started feeling bad because she felt like it was her fault. But it wasn't her fault. I could have picked my friends better. And she thought he was my friend. And I thought he was my friend too. I didn't think he would have done anything like that. I honestly didn't even think he liked me. He had weird, like, me and my best friend at the time knew him, you know what I'm saying? And like, I thought he liked her. Like, I didn't even think he looked at me that way. I thought he literally was my friend. I didn't think he saw me in that type of way. But for him doing what he did, then for him doing what he did was like, oh, well, I guess he does. But at the same time, yo, when I tell you I never talked to him again after that. I seen him literally not too long ago in the grocery store with all my kids, and he come up to me trying to talk to me and have a full-on conversation. And when I tell you, my mama looked at him like she wanted to tear his throat out. Like, I said, Mama, don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. Just leave it alone. And he just sitting here trying to have a conversation with me. Mind you, let me tell you all this as well. After the fact that y'all just gonna have to hear Zen in the background if you can hear him. If you can't, thank God. But if you can, oh well. She didn't end up believing me until he raped a 14-year-old little girl in his 30s. And when he raped that little girl and went to jail for it, that's when my story was believable. My own best friend. Ex-best friend, actually. We're not friends anymore. I will do a story time to let you all know why we are not friends anymore. A whole 20+ year friendship going down the drain. But hey, it is what it is. I'm tired of fake relationships. I can't do the fake relationships. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have plenty more to come as soon as we move. Y'all, I got bangers coming back to 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 back. We're gonna be doing cooking, we're gonna be doing cleaning, we're gonna be doing decorating, we're gonna be doing all kinds of stuff in the new house, and I cannot wait until we move so we can get that stuff together for you all, because I hate filming in this house. Like, I hate this house. Like, I hate this house. I hate it. We all actually hate this house. So yeah, we don't be wanting to film here too much. That's why usually our vlogs are like us out and about, because we hate filming inside of this house. The little video of Amala's smoothie is like one of the only videos that I've done in this house other than this. And that's why I do a lot of them in the car, because I hate this house. And we're going to get the hell up out of here sooner than later. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. And if you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. And if you're not new here, you really fucks with me, don't you? Y'all have a great night. Bye.